Hello everybody,
Sorry, I had
welcome
to
to the pre-race.
just check on something.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Watkins pre-race show. I'm Sunny and I'm here with T.
And I am T. Today we are live from Watkins, Glen, and we are going to do a pre-race show. So, Ethan, what do you have to start us with?
Well, let's go ahead and jump right into our predictions to win the race. And let's go ahead and give 3 picks that we think could have a shot at winning the race.
So my 3 picks. So I think the third most likely to win the race. This is a wild card pick. I think Alex Bowman has a chance. He hasn't been that good at the road courses lately, but he has been good in the late road courses in the season. For example, the Charlotte Roval, later in the season. So I don't think he's gonna win it, but expect Alex Bowman to be in front. My second pick to be up front is gonna be, well, of course, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott has won the last 2 Watkins Glen races, and he has one of the best average finishes. And my pick to win the race is gonna be Denny Hamlin. That may look like a far out pick, but if you in Watkins Glen history and go to the average finish, Denny Hamlin has a finish of 8.8. That may not seem that good, but you have to factor in Denny Hamlin has some of the best finishes at Watkins Glen in his 15-year career. So I think Denny Hamlin is gonna win at Watkins Glen. So Ethan, what were your 3 picks?
By the way, if anyone thinks that an 8.8 average finish isn't good, then they must not know anything. So my third pick is Denny Hamlin. You know, he's pretty good at Watkins Glen. You know, yeah, that's what I'll have to say. He's good at Watkins Glen, and well, really, you can pick Denny Hamlin for anything. Second, Martin Truex Jr. because he won. He's really good at road courses, sort of like my first pick, Chase Elliott. He's my pick to win the race. He's won the last 2 Watkins Glen races. I know it probably wasn't a good idea to pick Chase Elliott because last time I picked someone to win a race for the 3rd time in a row, he didn't do it. That was Denny Hamlin for the Daytona 500. And also, I should have talked a little more about Truex, but I don't know. He's just really good at road courses, and so is Chase Elliott. But I mean, Chase Elliott's won more road courses in the last. When was the last time Martin Truex Jr. won a road course? I just remember that he always finishes second to Chase Elliott.
Yeah, I believe you are correct, Ethan. Yeah, Truex, Elliott, and Hamlin are arguably the best drivers at Watkins Glen in the current era of NASCAR. So so now we're gonna have a Watkins Glen edition of Hit the Grass, Pump the Brakes. So this is gonna be a format. It's gonna be 3 questions, and basically hit the gas, you think it's gonna happen, or pump the brakes, you don't think it's gonna happen. So hit the gas or pump the brakes. William Byron is gonna get another top 10.
I mean, I might be biased because he's my favorite Hendrick driver, but yeah, I think so. He's done pretty good at Watkins Glen. Last time we came here, it was obviously with a different package, but William Byron ended up finishing. Well, he started 3rd. I don't know where he finished because Kyle Busch ended up turning him for no reason on like lap 3.
Okay, so our next question is: will the race end with an overtime finish?
Pump the brakes. It never has, and it never will. Road course races usually end under green flag, and they can be exciting, but I mean, you're really usually gonna get that photo finish, you know, at the end of a stage like yesterday.
And our final question is this: will we have more than 4 penalties on pit road?
I'm thinking 4 is right around the amount we'll have. I mean, half and half.
Okay, well that has been our Watkins Glen edition of Hit the Gas, Pump the Brakes. So, what else are we gonna do?
Wait, no. I have another question you forgot to include. Will there be a big one?
Well, I definitely think we could get one. And there's two parts of the track that no, actually three parts of the track I think will happen. So the first part of the track that I think will happen
Turn one.
is the car gets turned, it's stopped in the middle of the track. People try to avoid it, but of course, since Watkins Glen, it isn't really that wide. People are just gonna get into grass. Their splitters get destroyed, and people start, just going crazy on the racetrack, and people just slam into each other. Sort of like Martinsville, but it's way faster. Sort of like the Martinsville big one we had earlier this year. I think it will be like that. My second thing where it'll happen, I think it'll happen in turn one. Some car brakes a little, some car downshifts a little bit too late, and he basically jumps the hill. His car gets a little bit airborne, then he lands on another car. Now this is sort of like fantasy what's gonna happen, but a car just jumps up, it gets on that hill, and then it just lands on another car. Cars try to avoid it. They go into the gravel and everything, and they start hitting the wall. So the final part of the track where I think we'll have a big one is the straightaway leading to the bus stop. I think someone might get a wheel hop. They'll get a little bit sideways, then someone will hit them. They'll land on the other car. And then, yet again, people try to avoid it. Their cars get caught in the grass, splitters go everywhere, and we're going to have a huge wreck. So yeah, those are three parts of the racetrack where I think we're going to have some big ones.
Okay, now I'm gonna give my picks for the big ones now, which might be a little bit more realistic than cars landing on each other. But yeah, here's what I think's gonna here's my first. I'm gonna give two picks because there's really only two places where I think it's gonna happen. I mean, besides the back straightaway, but you already said that. I mean, I'm already using the pick you did. Whatever. So what the first pick I have is turn one. Someone's gonna lock up the tires and slam into the car on the outside. They're both gonna go around, and then everyone, trying to get on the brakes, but no one's able to avoid it. People running into the back of each other because they can't get slowed down in time, and then, bam, the big one. And my second pick is in the S's. Someone's going in the S's. Someone decides to do something a bit stupid, turn someone else into the outside. Maybe someone tries to clear himself, gets slammed into by another car because, it's really not a wide part of the track. We've seen a big one there in the S's before, so I don't doubt it's going to happen again. A car's just going to be slamming into the guardrails. That would be like one of the harder crashes you could have at Watkins Glen, besides, slamming straight into turn one.
Yeah, so I wonder what we're going to be talking about next. I mean, we could talk about some of the best finishes of Watkins Glen, but we can't really show them. Plus, Watkins Glen doesn't have the most memorable finishes other than that. The 2010, I forgot, race.
It was 2012. And we could talk about passing zones now, like exit in the carousel. That'll be a good passing zone. Usually you see some guys get some runs out of there, I guess.
Yeah, passing zones, sort of like everywhere on the track, but two parts of the track where there's a lot of passing zones is obviously turn one. If you downshift a little bit too late, you're gonna gain a lot of positions because everybody downshifted too early. But then again, you're gonna get loose and might lock up the tires. Another part of the racetrack where there's a passing zone is the bus stop. You can't really pass in the bus stop as good as turn one, but it's sort of like the Charlotte Roval, the back straightaway hairpin, but the other way, and it's something different, and I definitely think it's going to be a challenge to the drivers, and trying to pass and getting the wheel hop and everything. So yeah, those are the passing zones.
There was yesterday when we were watching the race, I started to wonder if you knew what wheel hopping meant, but, whatever. So, I think, passing zones, basically in any of the corners, you can send it wide in the final turn. I mean, you can go like 4 wide into one of the corners if you use some of the runoff, and probably cause a big wreck. Who cares if it cause a big wreck? It's the last lap, right? If you're going for a win, you're gonna do anything to win, basically, unless you're someone like, I don't know, maybe Alex Bowman. I don't think he'd do something like completely stupid, like send it into the corner and ball up a bunch of cars. But you never know what's gonna happen on the last lap. And this, I think the carousel might be a good spot because it's a little bit, I mean, kind of wider than the bus stop because you can't really go more than 2 wide into the bus stop. Yeah.
Okay, I sneezed there. You probably didn't hear it because that was when I was plugging in my mic. But anything else to talk about Watkins Glen?
How about the some of the ums, yes. How about the do's and don'ts of Watkins Glen? Don't lock your tires up. Do not lock your tires up.
Another do's and don'ts of Watkins Glen is hold on. A don't is don't have a wheel hop. A do, no. A don't is don't have wheel hop, and a do is do not have wheel hop.
Can you tell me what wheel hop is? I want to know if you actually know what wheel hop is. Wheel hopping.
I think it's when the drivers hit the rumble strips, like, on their cars and their tires get loose. I think that's what that is, because in NASCAR Heat 5, when you hit the rumble strips, your car just gets insane, like it gets, I don't know, man. I think that's what it is. It has to do something with the rumble strips and when, like, it's an effect of your car hitting it.
Okay, I'm gonna look up the definition because I kind of forgot, but I think it's something about your wheels getting like locked or something. I don't know. Yeah, the rumble strips can cause it, but I don't know if it's necessarily like. Because, I mean, you see cars jumping up in the air when they hit those rumble strips a lot, but I think the landing is sort of what does it. Because it's like. Let me just look it up.
Oh, you know what? Um, it's probably when the drivers land, their tires going into the suspension. That's probably what that is.
I'm waiting for it to load. Wheel hop is the result of your car's wheels moving more freely than they should within the wheel wells, resulting in them failing to stay in perfect contact with the ground. This results in a jerky, sometimes violent motion as you attempt to launch your car. So yeah, basically the wheel hopping is when your wheels get a little bit too high. Basically breaking your wheels.
Okay, so this is a new section of. Well, actually, is it okay if I just play audio from the race because we can't show it because we can't literally we physically can't.
Oh, I just got some news from NASCAR.com from about an hour ago. Crew chiefs for Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell have been ejected from Watkins Glen race. So, Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell.
Oh boy, this could change a lot of things. As everyone knows, the two drivers who have won road course races this year, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, and now the crew chiefs are getting suspended. Man, well, I mean, and now we're starting to question, is Chase Elliott going to win the, I mean, I know it's just a crew chief, but, I mean, Chase Elliott and, his crew chief being gone, this could affect a lot of stuff, and so could it affect Christopher Bell.
Yeah, the crew chief, like, they might actually make the wrong calls, tell them they're clear and they're not clear. What if they get a crew chief that, like, that's of a rival driver or something from years before, like Denny Hamlin or something, and then bam, he says clear low and he's not clear low, and then bam.
No, I don't think they would do that. I think they choose someone at least, like, if they're really desperate, they would choose someone in the Chevy, you know, part of NASCAR. They're probably going to choose someone within, Hendrick Motorsports. Yeah.
Okay, the last thing we're gonna talk about is something that's specific to you and me. It's the reaction video that I was talking about. One of the main reasons I'm not streaming the reaction is because if you go on to the channel and see the Xfinity Watkins Glen reaction NXS, you'll see it's only 28 minutes. That's because when I came back, like when I came back to the PlayStation after the race, I saw it said there was a network connection error. And I was like, oh no, hopefully it saved like at least the stage 2 finish. But then I realized it didn't even get to the stage 1 finish. Like something happened, and it wasn't my Wi-Fi, because that was like basically on all 4 or 5 bars like the whole time. So there was something. I hate PS4s sometimes, man. They're stupid sometimes, and that's what basically caused us to lose our reaction.
Okay, so this has been the edition of the pre-race, and this has been Alexander Jones signing off. Ethan's gonna be signing off, and I guess to end the
Good night.
pre-race show, we're just gonna play our outro music, I guess.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you next time.